Hey Kirill, my name's Daphne. I'm doing some essay correcting for Ellen as she is away for a couple of days. So great to read your essay. Thank you very much for sending these in. Nowadays, computer education is compulsory for young learners in most schools. So do you think it's necessary, or will children acquire these skills naturally from their daily interaction? So it's quite a nice question. It's a bit long, isn't it? But one, is it necessary? And two, will they acquire it anyway, not at school? And it's an opinion essay. So just looking at the structure you've got here, structure's fine, 4 paragraphs, that's great. I wouldn't do on the one hand, on the other hand, because I just think once you move away from the template, you want to be getting into something more sophisticated. And for band 7 and upwards, we want to be looking for something a little bit more sophisticated. So I'll give you some ideas on that in a minute. So over the past few decades, computer education has become mandatory for pupils in many schools. Some people believe that young learners acquire these skills through daily interaction with technology everywhere. And while on the whole this may be true, I believe students need to learn basic skills at school. So some people believe learners acquire these skills through their interaction. Now, this here and this here are the same. So you wouldn't get any marks for that sentence because you're using exactly the same words as here. You need to paraphrase. So paraphrasing is saying it a different way. Some people who? Teachers, parents, educators. So always try and go maximum, get maximum points. So better vocabulary. Believe these skills do not need to be taught in school, because children pick them up naturally. Something like that. Something just to show this idea, but in a different way. I believe they need to learn basic computer skills, computer knowledge, and safety, I would go as well. Just add that in at school. So paraphrasing is really important in that. This is to analyze both sides using examples. Okay, now I wouldn't use exactly the template. Be careful, you're moving away from that now. You're on the essay packs, so push a little bit. Where do you live? Use some examples from where you live or local newspapers or reports in wherever you are. Make it personal for you, this essay. So you've got on the one hand, but let's change this a little bit. It is, or it has already been shown that. So take out that. So it's already been shown that, or maybe shown or recognized, you might have, that children acquire computer skills through daily technology interaction. But watch out again, you're repeating. This is the same thing as in the question. You must avoid that. You need to say this in your own way. So what are they learning? They're learning to interact with Facebook, they're learning to do emails, they're learning spreadsheets. Be more specific. Firstly, technologies significantly influence our lives. So technologies have, present perfect, it's not finished, significantly influenced our lives over the last decades. Meaning that what? Children naturally grow up with technology, children see technology at home, many children have computers. What does that mean? So you need to develop that. Secondly, children are usually fast learners and easily adapt to new technology. Okay, rapidly teaching themselves how to program or code. So stretch these ideas. For example, recent research by the UK government, so as I said, I changed that definitely. Many young IT specialists are working without special education. Okay, good. It must not be forgotten that employers are now looking primarily at skills and experience rather than level of education. Good. I wouldn't use your. I think you don't just take that out. Rather than level of education. Therefore, it's not necessary to yeah, good. Okay. Okay, it's not always necessary. So just that little language there, tentative, a little bit more suggestive in your language. Otherwise, fine. However, although there's a case for acquiring knowledge through daily, okay, don't use that. It's a question again, isn't it? Acquiring computer skills, just coming to here, and the ability to quickly learn technology. Naturally, so use that word naturally instead. The impact of adjective here, of core, safety driven maybe. Computer education at school. So if you're getting in some nice adjectives in here, you're going to get more points on vocab. Cannot be overstated. Well done. This is largely because likewise knowledge, because not wrong word likewise, because like knowledge in other subjects such as geography, we have capital letters here for these. Biology or maths. Knowledge in other subjects can be applied to various fields. In the same way that, that's what you want. In the same way that knowledge in other fields can be applied to various fields. How do you mean? Another subject, yeah, sorry. Computer education necessary to learn basic algorithms and programming for future study and careers. So again, push a little bit more at the end of your sentences. Really finish each idea before you're starting a new idea. Also, without fundamental knowledge of school subjects, including computer education, impossible technical. So I don't think you need that sentence. I'd take that out, because I've used this instead, so made that one slightly more complex. For example, or showed that those students who learn computer studies with 70, okay, that's fine. But I think let's be a bit more cautious here. Rather than saying Oxford, which is not connected to you, put it in local newspaper reports. Local newspaper reports in wherever have shown that computer education is a positive step. Yes, I put in here safety because you could talk about the dangers of the internet and how children need to be taught how to protect themselves and navigate the internet carefully. I firmly believe people should gain computer knowledge at school simultaneously. Okay, interesting. Acquire, yes. And future more schools will implement compulsory, you could use the word, computer lessons in their classroom. Get this idea of they have to do it. Good. So nice essay there. I think my summary would be that you need to watch your repetition and you need to push a little bit more on your sentences to make them a bit more special. Okay. Every time you write a sentence, think, what more could I add? How could I really develop this idea? This will help you on the task achievement as much as anything else. So you've got the letter here. Reporter complained about a new TV program that you like. Write a letter, so your point of view. So, dear Sir, Madam, yours faithfully, lovely. I'm contacting you in relation to the recent statement which was made by one of your reporters about my favourite TV programme. This programme provides detailed information about conservation, need an article there, describes a variety of different animals and insects, shows their features and hunting scenes. Okay. The reporter complained about inappropriate breeding and hunting scenes, which might not be suitable for children. Good. I'd like to mention this TV show always warns viewers. Yeah, okay. I would say maybe regarding age limits before the beginning of the show. As a reminder, there's a displacement. There is a what do we call it? Visual of that limit. Visual or a visual diagram. Yeah, I think we probably see a visual diagram of that limit kept for the duration of the programme. Good, beautiful writing here, it's lovely. I wish to bring this important information to your attention and request you, here you request somebody to do something, take appropriate action against your reporter. Good. You've got appropriate and inappropriate. I mean, it's a great word. Suitable action against your reporter who misinformed readers. to check article. Well done. Probably check content in future. Very nice. That's a super letter. Very confident. Put your surname in there as well, because with a formal letter, that's what would be needed. If you don't want to put your surname, make up a name. But that is a really, really very competent letter, very confident. You seem happier on the task 1 than on the task 2 maybe, but well done. Good work.